Hi, and welcome to M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers podcast. This is episode 14. And I'm Jamie, also known as M1 Yarns on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, and m1yarns.com.
And I am Danielle, also known as Danielle Crafts 08 on Instagram and Ravelry. So we would like to welcome our returning subscribers and our new viewers. And if you like what you see, please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking the notification bell so when we post new content, you are notified.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're back.
I know, I was so busy. It was the end of the school year. We had recital, all of those things that keep me really, really busy at the start of June. And normally I dance in a recital, and I didn't this year, but I was still as busy as if I were dancing.
And so. Did the recital go well?
It went really well. It was on Sunday, and they recorded the recital, so it's like a pay-per-view kind of deal.
Oh.
So it's going to be released on the 11th.
Like that.
I know, yeah.
I'm just teasing.
It is a big deal. It is a serious deal, but we had to go in the morning. Raven had to record 2 numbers. And then we had to go back in the evening, and she danced with Reggie, and Ryan danced with Reggie. Ryan had a lot of numbers to record throughout the day, so those children were tired.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad to have you back. We're so glad to have you back, and we've got a fun episode for you today. Let's start with what we're wearing.
Okay, so I finally finished my embroidery on my knit collage cowl. This is the Kaleidoscope Embroidered. This is now my 3rd Kaleidoscope. So if I've made this many times, you know I really like it because I don't particularly care for repeating patterns.
You've made a couple things twice?
I not a couple, just one. The Wave of Change.
Oh, and now the Capelet.
And now the Capelet. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, both of my whips, and when we talk about whips, I'll talk about that. Both of my whips are now repeat patterns.
That's cool.
Yeah, in different colors.
It's like a comfort zone.
It is, yeah. So this is actually serving as a FO and what I'm wearing. And if you can see, my embroidery is probably minimal compared to everyone else's.
I love it.
Yeah. It
really keeps the focus right here on your face, which I think is what clothing should do.
Yeah, yeah. And here's a good thing. If I want to add more, I can. If I want to take this out, I can. It's so easily modified even after you finished it.
The sparkle on yours shows really nicely.
It shows on yours too.
You think? Oh. Maybe just because I'm looking at you.
Yep. So that's what I am wearing.
And hopefully you can tell I'm wearing the same thing. I finished this. I got a little end poking out. It's always something, isn't it? There we go.
Oh,
you didn't see that.
from the ends.
Yeah. I honestly just tied them. I don't know how you did them.
The same.
Okay.
I tied them. I didn't weave them in or anything like that because, like I said, if I want to change it, if I decide to do something different, I want to be able to do that. And so I want to be able to stick my scissors in and cut it right out.
Good thinking. Cool. So, what are you working on over there?
What am I working on? This is a good time to talk about whips. And so I literally just came off of a whip marathon. I had socks, I had my vest, and I had some other things that I needed to finish. I needed to finish this. Once I finished the sweater, because I finished the sweater a while ago, it was the embroidery that was still in, I guess, whip hood.
I think it took me just as long to embroider as it did to knit.
You think so?
I think so.
It didn't take me that long to embroider. It took me longer to actually think about where I wanted to place it and the colors that I wanted to use. But it really didn't take me long to do.
Okay.
But I would say that I don't have to do it again. But I would if I felt the need.
So if you were to compare, sorry to get sidetracked from your whip, but if you were to compare this to the other 2 kaleidoscopes that you did, would you do the stripey one, the solid, or this one again?
I would do the stripey one again.
Okay.
Because I love my solid one.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the stripey one again because I love the randomness of the stripes.
Agreed.
And I just pick up, and I have so many minis now, so I wouldn't even need to buy minis. Like if I just needed to buy like some spun cloud, I can do it. But I love the randomness of just like picking a color. I didn't think about it, knit, put it down. If I were to do a striped one again, I would do 2 rows of minis.
Okay.
Because I only did 1 row last time.
Oh.
I would do 2.
Okay.
I would do more minis.
Good.
And that's probably why I had so much left, because I think everybody else was like doing 2 and 3, and I was just doing 1. So we're talking about whips. I only have 2 whips right now. So I have another, what do you call this? Framework?
Yeah.
Framework bralette. I love that pattern. That first one that I made so much.
Yeah.
Even with it being cropped, because I don't particularly love like cropped stuff. But
it was like the right crop.
It was the right crop. And I think I did I do 9.5 inches or 10? I can't remember. But I'm going to measure this one up against it once I start to get some more. Mm-hmm. And I've had this yarn for about, oh, Jesus. You remember when we met up at Panera so many years ago? I was working on something with this yarn.
So, oh my gosh, I remember that.
I frogged it because it was pooling in a weird way that I didn't particularly care for. Mm-hmm. And so I frogged it. And I have so much of this because I originally purchased the yarn. I forget the name of it. We're going to have to insert the name.
Okay.
It's haiku. Is it haiku? Is that the name of it? Have you never used it before? I think it's called haiku. I was a part of a mystery knit along.
Okay. And
I will probably never do another mystery knit along because people were finishing faster than me, and I was seeing what the end product was, and I was like,
you weren't feeling it.
I'm not wearing that. And
so that's good that you love the yarn, though.
Yeah, I love the yarn, and so I actually have so much that I can probably get a couple different things out of it.
Cool.
So I have another project in mind that I'm going to make, and I just randomly went downstairs and got this out of my stash and casted this on. I didn't really think about it much. I do plan to make at least one more, but for now I'm using this yarn, and I'm happy that I found a use for it. I'm trying to commit to not buying yarn until Rhinebeck.
But Rhinebeck's really not that far out.
I know, so I think I can do it.
We're in July now.
I know.
That's only 3 months.
I know, and I think I can do it. Adela did have an update yesterday.
I saw that.
And I missed it because I was painting a wood sign, and I'm kind of happy because I was like, okay, I don't need any more yarn. Like, I'm at this stage where I need to be shopping my stash.
Yeah.
Period. So that's one whip. And then I have this whip, which is, you really can't tell. It's just the ribbing right now.
Yeah.
But I'm making another Princeton Capelet in this brown color that I originally wanted, and I couldn't find the yarn. I was able to find the yarn. It was on sale, so I said, why not? I can switch it up, the colors, because one is gray, this one is brown. Both really neutral, but I really like brown. So I am going to work on this. I think I'm going to probably pick this back up next week because I don't anticipate that this is going to take too long.
No.
I actually started and I had to frog because I was decreasing too fast. And I was thinking, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why are the stitches on this side getting shorter right now? And I don't understand what's going to happen. Like, am I going to just not have stitches here? Then I went back to the pattern. I was like, I was doing too many decreases. So I was able to frog it all the way down to the ribbing because no one loves ribbing. Because after this ribbing, I have to do some setup rows. So I have to set up the stitch markers after this row. So that's why I haven't done it yet, because I have to count. But
that's a pretty big needle size.
Yeah, it's pretty big, and it so it goes by really fast.
Nice.
Well, you made me think. I'm like, am I using the right size? Okay, I am. But
wait. I'm not trying to freak you out, but
it's not twisted.
Oh,
it's not twisted.
Okay.
Yep, we're good. We're good.
You know how like when you're at that point you join in the round.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have to rejoin.
Oh, well,
because no, we're good. We are not twisted. See?
Okay, cool. I feel better now. I was like a little bit worried.
We are not twisted. I've only twisted one time, and I don't know how it happened, but I usually don't twist.
See, we're at the point in our friendship now where you have to point out stuff to me, like the sock, when I forget the contrast.
You know what's so funny? I saw you knitting that heel, and I was thinking to myself, I thought you were supposed to do a contrasting color. But I said, well, maybe she changed her mind, because for me, I am a big fan of people doing what they want to do.
Oh.
So I chose silence, and I should have said something. It's like when you see something, you say something. And I chose not to say anything, but I was thinking, and then she told me, like, after she finished the heel, that I forgot to do the contrasting color. I was like, oh, I was thinking it. But no, it's not twisted. I just have to do the setup rows, and then it's just knit until I get to the top, and then it's more ribbing. But I don't know about anybody out there, but I do not love ribbing.
Yeah.
If I have to frog down, and to cast this on, it's like 200 or something stitches. I didn't want to do that again.
Yeah.
If I have to frog, I really want to be able to catch the ribbing, and so, because these needles are so big and the stitches are so big, it was easy to get to the ribbing and then just insert the needles.
Well, good.
And I did it really quickly. So those are my two whips. I don't know if I said this before, but I plan on revisiting my weekender.
Right.
I was reading the pattern the other day, and I was like, oh, that seems like a lot. But I just kind of want to commit to finishing it.
Yeah, I think there's like a certain satisfaction that you get with that.
And
like,
I think I can wear it. I think it's usable. So, yeah.
It's classic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't even know if I want to talk about this whip.
My other sock whip is at home. I forgot it.
Oh, okay. Shall I dive into whips?
Yeah, you doing your whips.
So, I think I mentioned on the last couple episodes, I was knitting the Cozy Classic Light by Jessie May. And I love Jessie May, but this is now the second Jessie May pattern that has not gone well for me. It's me. It's not her. So, it's like one of those, you're in a relationship and you're breaking up. You're like, it's me. It's not you.
I've never said that.
But I'm not.
It has never been me.
I'm not breaking up with Jessie May. I never will. I'll always love her. So, I held mohair doubled. I thought I had gauge. I measured this the other day and I'm like, I don't have gauge. I don't know what I was smoking. That's a joke. But I kept getting worried as I like finished the body that the armhole was really big. See how big that is?
Mm-hmm.
And that it was going to be like down here kind of, you know, as opposed to like up here. I was okay with it being down here if it's looser. But I thought it would shake out in the end, and I was wrong because, excuse my reach, I got to the point where I was going to do the sleeve ribbing, and I tried it on. Again, I tried it on before I did the sleeve, and I'm like, I'll make this work. And the pattern even says that it's a deep...
Okay, you know what? I was about to say that. Because mine has a deeper arm than I'm used to, and I was like, did I do something wrong, or is it the pattern? So I think it's the pattern.
But long story short, I stood in the mirror for like 20 minutes, and I just don't love it. I love the yarn, I love the color, I love the pattern, but it's just not working. And this was yarn I previously had used to knit the puff tee, and I wasn't happy with that. I don't know what's wrong with me, if I'm on like some bad juju or whatever, but I'm not letting myself throw a hissy party. I'm just going to rip it out, and I have a couple different...
I think I have a pattern for you for that.
Please?
I think it's a pattern that I'm going to do. It's actually a free pattern, and when I find it, I'll send it to you and see what you think. Because I think I'm going to do that with my mohair.
Okay, cool. That would be great. I looked at a few different things in my queue, and I'm considering, but I know I'm not going to get to whatever that becomes until at least, I want to say October, because I want to work on my Rhinebeck sweater. I want to work on a couple other things. I definitely want to finish my second sock, which, let's come back to socks in a minute. I still have, you know that sweater that I cast on for my husband for the Scaniac Sweater Worthy?
Is that thing over?
Oh, yeah. It ended in, like, May or June.
Okay.
And I haven't touched this in months. And I'm, like, literally at the point of joining. Well, it's not joining in the round, but it's, like, it has, like, a button thing right here. So I've done all the hard work. I'm at the point where I can start cruising. So I'd like to make some progress on that. And I don't know if I'm going to do that before I cast on my Rhinebeck sweater, which I'm not going to share just yet what it is, but I am going to tease the yarn.
I think that I'm going to cast my Rhinebeck sweater on July 15th.
I will join you in that.
I think July 15th is a safe day because I have 2 sweaters that I want to make. I want to finish my capelet, and I have another sweater that I want to make. But I don't want to run up against the clock like I did before. Like, I literally want to go to Rhinebeck with my sweaters ready to be worn.
And July 15th is exactly 3 months to when we go. So that's kind of cool. And, yeah, I'm kind of in the same mindset of what you're saying as far as, like, your other projects. I feel like I can kind of get back mentally in a positive place from where I was. Shoot, and I forgot. You know what? I have a finished object, but I'll talk about it on the next episode ever so briefly.
Okay.
But I will show you my Rhinebeck sweater is going to be mostly this. It's coming out in blackish.
It looks black, but is that a blue?
See how it's got some like blue undertones? So this was just something I was kind of playing with in the dye pans. So it's going to be this for the body.
Ooh, that is dark, dark.
And I don't think I really have anything like blackish navy in my wardrobe. I have like a charcoal, and then I have like other blues. And then the contrast, because it has contrast, is going to be this Lola Bean yarn that I don't know the colorway, but I bought it at Rhinebeck in 2019. So it's going to be like my yarn, Lola Bean yarn, bought at Rhinebeck, which I purposefully wanted to like carry the last Rhinebeck we went to into the next one. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's not going to happen for me because I hate to say it, but I haven't used any of my yarn from Rhinebeck.
I've only used...
I did use one. I used Alex's yarn to make a hat.
Oh, I've used maybe probably half.
Okay, wow.
So, but I'm going to talk about the pattern and the designer in August.
Okay.
So, stay tuned for that. You know what? It's the beginning of July. We need to talk about our sock make-along.
Yes, because July 1st was the deadline for the first sock.
Yeah, so our rules said for our first, like, giveaway was you have to have your first sock done by July 1st. So, I have my first sock done. Lots of other people have their first sock done. I've been sharing on my Instagram stories. Lots of people who have posted on Instagram, yay, with their socks using the hashtag M1YarnsSockMAL. And so if you haven't joined us yet, you still have time.
You still have time because it's not over until September. But guess what? Even if you don't finish by September, you'll still have a pair of socks.
Exactly.
And that's all that matters.
So then September 15th, I want to say, is the second deadline. And so I have a few skeins that are going to be prizes.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to throw in some extra goodies with these skeins to just fatten the goodie stash. But I guess...
Is that copper?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, maybe before I edit this episode and we post it, we can sit down and pick the winners.
The winner? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Other than that, yeah. I mean, like I said, I finished FO, the spring sorrel crop. I loved it. You got to make that. Highly recommend.
It looked like it was tedious, honestly.
You know what? I thought it would be. That's why I put it off.
Okay.
I loved it.
Really?
Super easy.
Wow.
You know how, like, with color work, you get into a rhythm?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Once you
like, know the pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So I need to decide. Well, like I said, July 15th, I'm casting on my Rhinebeck sweater. I need to wind the yarn. I did wind the yarn for one of the sweaters that I want to make, but I need to decide which one I'm going to cast on first. And I think the one that I want to wear on Saturday should be the one that I want to cast on first, simply because I think it's going to not only take me the most time, it's just straightforward, but it's like some other construction stuff that goes with it that I need to like make sure I understand. So for my finished objects, I have two. One is a full pair of socks.
Love it.
Finally. And I was able to like double dip cows. One was the Socksploration cow by Earth Tones Girls. I'm sorry. And then the other one is our cow, and so we're make alone. And specifically for Earth Tones Girl, I did the shadow wrap heel.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've paid attention over the last 13 episodes, but I'm always looking for a good heel.
A good heel can make or break a sock.
I love, and not necessarily the sock, but your interest in knitting it. Because if it's a difficult heel, you're like, you get to this part. A lot of people will knit their socks and get to here, and they'll stop at the heel because it's too much. So I love afterthought heels for stripes. Mm-hmm. And I love the German short row heel, but I wanted to try something new. And it was the shadow wrap heel. And I think this is going to be my heel unless I do a self-striping yarn with no contrasting. Mm-hmm. Afterthought is good for that, to keep your stripes. But for the most part, I love it. So this yarn is by Turtle Pearl.
Okay.
Of Turtle Pearl yarn. And it's pearl, like purling. And this contrasting red is something that I had from Knit Crate about 2-3 years ago.
Some mystery yarn.
Yeah, and I never used it. I love the color. I was happy that I got this color.
Okay.
But I never used it. But I really wanted a contrasting heel. And so I went into my stash. I got this. I looked up the fiber because I wasn't sure if it was enough like nylon in it.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be enough. It fits great, and I am just really happy about these socks.
Nice. They're beautiful.
Thank you. I think I am like zooming in on my sides, like knowing I think I'm getting closer to making the very perfect pair of socks for my foot. But if I don't, it doesn't matter. It's on my foot. Nobody's looking. I don't care.
I was just gonna celebrate the fact that you bought that nice box to store your socks in.
Oh my god!
Let's insert a photo. I got a cedar box for my socks. I got 3 of them because of all of the socks that I'm going to knit. But I got a cedar box because I'm always afraid of like bugs or something getting close to my yarn. Yeah. And so I was like, oh my god, this will be a good way to store my socks. And so yes, when you get a chance, insert a photo. And you bought them from Knit Picks.
From
right?
Knit Picks, yep.
Okay.
They were on sale for like $11. So for 3 of them, I paid $30-something.
That's really not bad.
It's not bad at all.
In my opinion.
Nope, not bad at all. Especially for a nice cedar box. They smell good. They look good. And I was able to store them in one of my closets, like, seamlessly. Like, they belong there.
Perfect.
Yep. And then I have, this is another stash buster. Most of the things that you see me make over the next few podcasts will probably be a stash buster. Okay. But this is the, what do you call it? Stockholm Slipover.
Yep.
By Petite Knits. And I've been wanting to make this for a while.
Look at that with your lipstick. It's
I know, it's so cute. Yep. I've been wanting to make this for a while. I need to... Oh, I got a little... I didn't do that. Look at this. I thought I did everything. I'm up here thinking I'm sweet.
It's always one.
Oh, you know what? It's actually a whole thing because I just did... Remember I just did this side the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave that in. But... because I need to block it anyway. But I had one skein of fingering, one skein of mohair, just one, by Honeybee Knits. And unfortunately, she doesn't dye anymore. So I love her yarn.
I love her.
Yeah, she is I love her. I love her yarn. But I was so worried that I wasn't going to make it with that one skein.
You kept threatening me that I had to
dye
to match.
Jamie.
I'm like, what am I, Home Depot or Sherwin-Williams?
I was like
with
Jamie,
the paint swatch?
I brought over a sample. I cut off a little piece. I said, do you need to see this? Because I'm going to text you 911 if I don't get to finish this. And I was super strategic. I did the ribbing at the bottom. And I did the neck. And if I thought that I was going to run out, I wasn't going to start the sleeves. Because if it was a different dye lot and there was some variation in the color, I would have wanted it to match, you know, the sleeves or whatever to match. Even though it may not have. But it didn't matter. It doesn't even matter. I didn't run out.
You had yarn left over, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of how much I had left over.
I want you to weigh it. I bet you, because I think... Before you started the sleeves, you said that you had 24 grams. And I said you're good. I
think so. I think I had 24 grams, but I know that I was weighing that yarn every 5 minutes. Every time I did a row, I was weighing it. A row. Well, I was so nervous because I've never had to play yarn chicken before.
Yeah.
I've never not had enough yarn because I always buy more than I need. But, you know, it wasn't my vision to make 2 sweaters out of the yarn that I had from her, because I made my ranunculus with the first yarn, and I also actually ended up buying this skein of mohair and skein of fingering. It was the last skein. I sent her a message.
Yeah.
I thought that I was going to run out for my ranunculus because that's kind of deceivingly
like,
yeah, you would think that you're not going to run out and you actually will. And so I was like really, really nervous. And so of course I sent her a message. She listed it. She sent me the yarn, and I said, "Oh wow! So now I have extra yarn. What am I going to do with this one?"
I was gonna say, sorry. I was gonna say that's like the same pink in our logo of the top that you were wearing.
Yeah, because it's the same. It is the same. Yeah.
Nice.
And so I said, what am I going to do with the one? So I was thinking about making my daughter something. But I'm sorry. I love my daughter.
She's not there yet.
Not
She's 5.
a $30 skein of yarn.
No. Maybe when she's, I mean, she'll, like, I was full grown at 15. So maybe in another 10 years when she's 15 and she's, you know, kind of in a different stage of life.
If she's not, like, growing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. She wants to learn to knit, so she can make her own
Raven,
sweater.
if you're watching this in 10 years, I'm here for you.
But I did. I mean, I spent a little money on her sweater that I made. What is it? Olive and bean?
That was so cute.
I mean, and I'm going to make myself one, too, so in the fall we're going to take pictures. But, yes, I am proud of this. I cannot wait to wear it. It's a little cropped. That's okay.
You got to take FO photos.
So, I need to take FO photos, but here's the deal. Look at how I'm sloppy with this. I got to get this down somewhere because the way that this, like if I'm taking a picture of it, this is going to stick up.
No, I mean wear it.
Yeah, that's why I need to take it like if I'm wearing it. Yeah, when I wear it, I'll take some photos.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to take some photos when I wear it.
All right.
Maybe I'll wear it next time. Like when you plan on making a lot of progress, you don't. And I've been binge watching Manifest.
Oh, see, I want to try that.
Listen, you better be ready to stay up all night, okay?
I just binge watched Flack.
Okay, Flack. What is that about?
It's about this PR company in London.
Oh, you know what? I actually started that, and I didn't. it's not that I didn't like it. I just forgot to go because it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
I forget to go back to Amazon. I really do. I forget to go back.
It's only 2 seasons. I really liked it.
Oh, it's 2 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought it was only 1. Okay. Yeah. So I'll actually try that. But I've been binge watching Manifest, and oh my God, I am on season 3. So you start off on Netflix. They have season 1 and 2, but then I had to switch over to Peacock to watch season 3. So I'm on season 3 now. But I've been staying up late, knitting, watching that, having crazy dreams about it after. But, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Well, comment below what you guys are binge watching because I need some new shows, and I think that's affecting my knitting.
Really?
Yeah, truly. I mean, I need, like, a Handmaid's Tale kind of show or a good Law & Order spinoff or something.
Well, Law & Order... Organized Crime is out. I haven't watched it though.
Oh, we've been watching
it. And I love organized crime.
Yeah.
Not that I partake in organized crime because I'm completely disorganized and I would never be able to come up with those things. But I love shows about organized crime.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Anything Dick Wolf produces, his whole, I'm like, and you think that...
I mean, unorganized. I think I said disorganized.
Well, you're that too. But you are organized.
I'm good at making it seem like I am.
Yeah. You're a polished hot mess.
That's what I am. I was actually thinking about a friend of mine who shall remain nameless here. And I was thinking of a way to describe him. And I was thinking if I had to use 2 words, I would call him a beautiful disaster.
Oh, that's nice.
Because
that's like a backhanded comment.
He's like a super, super smart person. So funny. So brilliant. Yep. But everything always turns out to be a disaster.
Some people are like that. Mm-hmm. Some knitting projects are like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think on that note, we'll call it a day.
Thank you for joining us. I have ice in my mouth.
Yes.
But make sure you... comment below. Let us know what you're binge watching.
What you're knitting.
What you're knitting, crocheting, what you're working on, crafty, period.
Yep.
And subscribe, like, and hit the notification button.
And on our next episode, which will air shortly after this one is released, we have a special guest.
Yes. Remember, we promised we'll bring guests onto the show. Yeah. And we're going to keep our promise.
Yes. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.